is the most disgusting, brutal, and savage betrayal we have ever witnessed on Beyond the Gates, and it is about to tear a family to absolute shreds. Everything just changed. If you thought the drama in Fairmont Crest couldn't get any darker, you are completely unprepared for the explosive chaos that is about to drop in early July. We are looking at a storyline so sickening, so twisted, that it will leave you screaming at your screens. Joey Armstrong has officially crossed the line from a shady casino boss to an absolute monster. What he is planning for Deanna McBride is nothing short of barbaric. I am absolutely appalled by the depths of his depravity, and you will be too once we break down exactly what is happening in this twisted web of lies. Let us take a step back and look at the sheer, unadulterated evil of Joey Armstrong. This is a man who thrives on destruction. He is the architect of the McBride family's ultimate tragedy. Let's not forget the brutal truth. Joey killed Doug McBride. He murdered the father of Deanna and Donnell, ripping the patriarch away from a family that did not deserve this level of pain. And what did he do next? He swooped in like a vulture and stole Vanessa away from her children. He didn't just break a home, he annihilated it, leaving nothing but ashes and grief in his wake. And right now, I want to literally scream at Vanessa McBride, wake up. Look at the truth standing right in front of your face. How can she be so incredibly blind to the monster sharing her bed? It is absolutely terrible that Vanessa has been deceived from the very beginning. But what is worse, what is truly unforgivable, is that she is dragging her innocent children into this explosive crossfire. Joey is playing her like a fiddle, proposing to her at the casino, whispering sweet nothings while secretly plotting the ultimate destruction of her own flesh and blood. Take your kids and get away from Joey immediately. This is Vanessa versus the truth, and right now, the truth is losing in a devastating fashion. Vanessa is living in a complete delusion, wrapping herself in the false security of Joey's wealth and charm. But underneath that charm is a ruthless predator. She is allowing her children to be exposed to a man whose hands are stained with their father's blood. The betrayal here is so deep, so profound, that it makes my stomach turn. How many red flags does Vanessa need to see before she realizes that Joey is not her savior, but her ultimate doom? The spoilers for the week of July 6 to July 10 are finally out, and they reveal the full, horrifying extent of Joey's evil plan for Deanna. The scene is set at the casino. Joey is standing there with his sleazy henchman, Randy Parker. Joey looks at Randy and asks a question that sent chills down my spine. He asks if Deanna McBride would recognize him. Randy replies, "Maybe." "Why?" And Joey's response is the most chilling, cold-blooded sentence we have heard all season. He says, "She needs to be on the job. This is Joey versus Deanna, and it is a completely unfair fight." What does on the job mean? It sounds exactly like Joey needs Deanna for some sick, twisted business plan. He is looking at this grieving, vulnerable young woman, not as his future stepdaughter, but as a pawn, a tool, a piece of meat to be used in his criminal empire. He is sucking her into his dangerous vortex, planning to use her as a money-making instrument. The sheer audacity to target the daughter of the man he killed is a level of savagery that is hard to comprehend. Then, the promo shows Randy Parker wrapping his arms around Deanna in a hug. Let me be perfectly clear. Even if Randy does not end up seducing Deanna on Joey's direct orders, this ruthless plan is completely unacceptable. Joey is orchestrating a scenario where his henchman gets close to this fragile girl. He is weaponizing her vulnerability. He is using her grief, her confusion, and her desperate need for connection against her. It is a psychological manipulation so brutal that it borders on torture. Deanna McBride is incredibly vulnerable right now. She is a young woman who has lost her father in the most tragic way imaginable. She is estranged from her mother because she is the only one who sees through Joey's toxic facade. She has been isolated, pushed to the brink, and left to fend for herself in a world full of predators. Deanna does not deserve this pain. She does not deserve to be targeted by the very man who destroyed her life. She is crying out for protection But the one person who should be shielding her, her mother, is sleeping with the enemy. With her father gone, the only person Deanna should be able to rely on is Vanessa. But Vanessa has completely abandoned her post as a mother. By choosing Joey, she has left Deanna completely exposed. This is the ultimate tragedy of the McBride family. Deanna is being pulled into the dark, suffocating underworld of Joey's casino operations, and she doesn't even realize that the man pulling the strings is the architect of her father's demise. It is a sickening cycle of abuse and manipulation, and it has to stop. But wait, because every dark cloud has a silver lining, and in this explosive storyline, that silver lining is Donald McBride. Donnell has been the quieter sibling. He hasn't been as fiercely vocally opposed to Vanessa's relationship with Joey as Deanna has been. He tried to keep the peace. He tried to navigate the chaos. But even Donnell drew a line in the sand. He explicitly stated that he did not want Joey replacing Doug. He did not want this monster stepping into his father's shoes. This is Donnell versus Joey, and it is the ultimate showdown we have all been waiting for. Donnell might have been tolerant before, but targeting Deanna, that is the absolute limit. That is the line you do not cross. I am praying, I am hoping with every fiber of my being that Donnell stays sane, sees through the fog of Joey's lies, and realizes the pure evil of his intentions. Donnell needs to step up and become the protector that Deanna so desperately needs right now. I want to see Donnell discover the full extent of Joey's crimes. I want him to find out that Joey killed Doug. I want him to uncover this sick business plan involving Deanna and Randy. And when he does, I want him to march right up to Joey Armstrong, look him dead in the eye, and punch him square in the face. Yes, we need that physical, explosive confrontation. Joey needs to feel the wrath of the McBride family. He needs to pay for the brutal destruction he has rained down upon them. This is war. There is no going back from this. Joey has ignited a powder keg, and the explosion is going to level Fairmont Crest. By bringing Deanna into his criminal enterprise, by using her as a pawn to generate cash or secure his operations, Joey has signed his own death warrant. He thinks he is untouchable. He thinks he can manipulate the police, the politicians, and his own girlfriend without any consequences. But he has underestimated the bond between a brother and a sister. Let's dive into the hidden meanings here. Why Deanna? Why does Joey need her on the job? Is she a front for his illegal plasma ring money? Is he using her clean record to launder his dirty casino cash? Or is this something even darker? By having Randy seduce or manipulate her, Joey is ensuring that Deanna is compromised. If she is implicated in his crimes, she can never turn him in for what he did to Doug. It is a masterclass in savage, villainous strategy, and it makes my blood boil just thinking about it. The ghost of Doug McBride is hanging over this entire storyline. Doug loved his children. He would be rolling in his grave if he knew that the man who ended his life is now sinking his venomous fangs into his precious daughter. The sheer disrespect, the absolute lack of humanity that Joey displays is staggering. He looks at the McBride family as a playground for his own twisted amusement. But the playground is about to turn into a battlefield. Every single episode from here on out is going to be a ticking time bomb. The tension is unbearable. How long can Vanessa remain in the dark? When will the blinders finally fall off? And when they do, will it be too late? Will Deanna already be trapped in an inescapable web of blackmail and crime? Will Randy cross a line that leaves Deanna permanently scarred? The stakes have literally never been higher, and the emotional toll on these characters is going to be absolutely devastating. We are approaching a massive breaking point. The collision course between Donnell, Deanna, Vanessa, and Joey is inevitable. I can already see the explosive confrontation in Joey's penthouse. The tears, the screaming, the shocking revelations. When Vanessa finally realizes that she has been sleeping with her husband's killer and that this monster tried to traffic her own daughter into his criminal empire, the fallout will be apocalyptic. She will have to live with that guilt for the rest of her life. Joey Armstrong has proven that he has no soul, no boundaries, and no mercy. But he is about to learn that you do not mess with the McBride children. Do not miss what happens next, because when Donnell finally unleashes his fury, it is going to be the most satisfying moment in television history. What do you guys think? Will Donnell be the one to finally take Joey down? Will Vanessa wake up before Deanna is ruined? Sound off in the comments below, hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next explosive update.